Hi everyone, welcome to CSA week 2. I thought I would give you a little tour of the gardens for this week. Before I start that, I've had a couple people ask me, at this time last year I started an 18-week transformation. That was the goal. And so basically I had put on a lot of weight over the off season and wasn't eating very well, especially in the evenings. And so I was, now that the vegetables were coming, I was committing to eating more healthy. And basically what I changed was I tried more often than not to have my veggie scramble for breakfast. So that's basically whatever vegetables were in the bin that week or that I wanted to harvest, rainbow Swiss chard, all the greens, onions, peppers, whatever. I would put in and saute, and then I'd throw in my eggs, and then that would be my breakfast. And that would keep me feeling really full, more protein and a lot of bulky, fibery foods. And it really cut off my sugar cravings for the rest of the day. So as long as I started my day like that, and then I didn't turn to any kind of a dessert after dinner, then over the course of the season, I ended up losing 30 pounds, which was amazing. The problem is in the off season, I put about 20 pounds back on. So I'm starting off better than I was at this time last year. And now I need to recommit to the healthy eating again. And how about I just make this a practice? But man, it's challenging. It's like as soon as you're stressed, you want to have sugar and, basically any excuse. You want to eat something unhealthy after dinner in the evening, especially when I'm busy during the day. It's not so much of an issue. But anyways, that's the transformation. I don't know if I'm going to commit to another transformation, but I am definitely going to try to recommit to eating my healthy breakfast because that just sets up the rest of the day so much better. So now let's talk about what's in the bin. The first one that we have is a potted herb. And so for the people who are bi-weekly and didn't get a bin last week, we've got basil, which is usually a popular one. But for people who are weekly, we also have sage, thyme, oregano, parsley. So there's some other options. So I'll have those on the truck and I'll be giving those out to whatever people's preferences are. Okay, the next one that we have is our carrots. So we grow those in the greenhouse so that we can start them early. So these are the beds behind me. And so we'll be getting a bunch of carrots. We couldn't put them last week because they were still too small, but we'll have them in the bins this week. And next we have the beets. So these are kind of a specialty at Cold Springs Organics. So the beets are coming in the bin this week. It'll be the candy cane beets. So they have the red and white stripes on the inside. The next one we have growing in a bed of weeds. Weeds are giving us fits. Is our deep purple scallions. So those are our green onions, but they have the purple end. And Rajni and the other holistic nutritionists are saying you're supposed to get more purple in your diet. So that's a good one there. Now I'm standing in a field block with 6,000 bulbs of 4 different varieties of garlic. So we're gonna have green garlic in the bin as well, which is just garlic harvested early so that you get Ontario garlic before, it's fully sized up and cured later in the summer. The next one we have that Annabelle and Nathan are weeding right now is the spinach, which is super nutrient dense, really nice. It likes the cold weather, so it's doing well. And so that'll be in the bin again this week. There's a sugar snap piece. Here's our sorrel radishes. Those are going to be in the bin. We have bi-weekly customers, sometimes odd, sometimes even. So in order to get a crop like radishes, which has a really short harvest window, so we basically aim the succession to be ready in between the 2 weeks, and then we include it in both bins. So the weekly customers end up getting it twice. And that makes sure that the odds and the evens get to have early season radishes. The next one that we have here is our kohlrabi, which are hanging out underneath the insect netting here. So I'll show you that. Hopefully you can see that. So they're sizing up nicely. Really nice early season crop, super popular at Coburg Farmers Market. If your kids have never tried it before, feed it to them raw, nice and cold, cut into little carrot sticks, and you'll probably be surprised. Look at these ones. Look at that beauty. So that's the kohlrabi. And the last one that we'll show you is the bok choy. So look at how beautiful that is. So that is going to be coming in the bins this week. And that's going to be a really nice green to go in the bins. So that's your tour of the week 2 bin. Bye for now.